Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Smells Like. I'm Josh. So good to see you. And I am actually on vacation right now. I am in Destin, Florida, and today it's been raining all day. Rain has finally stopped, but it is still really just kind of cloudy and gloomy. So I thought I'd make a quick video. I actually went to a local department store here, Dillard's. I went and made a few samples of some of the new releases, some of the ones that have kind of been talked about a little bit in the fragrance community. Thought I would just kind of give my impressions of these. Haven't tried any of the new, talked about designer releases. So go through these real quick, just kind of give my overall impression of them. So here we go. First one we have Prada Luna Rossa Black. Luna Rossa line from Prada, always solid, kind of sporty type fragrances. So this opens with some citrus of some kind, maybe bergamot or something like that. And then it's definitely got something slightly powdery, a little bit sporty though, like kind of reminds me a little bit of like Chanel Allure Homme Sport Extreme, the way that it's kind of like sporty, but it also has that slightly powdery tonka. So this has tonka bean and a little bit of something kind of dusty, not powdery, it's just a little bit dusty, like an amber accord maybe that's making it dusty. It smells good actually. It smells of high quality. It might have some iris or something in it that's making it have a little bit of that like dusty powdery thing. It's definitely tonka bean based and kind of reminds me of Chanel Allure Homme Sport Extreme. It kind of also reminds me of Midnight in Paris because of that tonka. It's actually not bad. Next we have YSL Y Eau de Parfum. So this one is really fresh but also sweet in the same way that so many of the current designer releases are. It kind of reminds me of that Invictus Aqua, Sauvage, kind of fresh shower gel thing, but also with some sweetness. There's something fruity going on here, maybe like apple or maybe even like pineapple. There's definitely cashmerean in this, which cashmerean can sometimes have like a herbal quality. It's got a slightly like woody quality. It also has kind of like an ozonic quality, like a wet concrete kind of thing. Cashmerean is often paired with sage. I think this has sage in it. Sage, when paired with cashmerean, can give this really fresh, but also slightly soft, long-lasting, masculine fragrance. This also has ambroxan in it, and ambroxan and cashmerean together give this, they're both fixatives, and they give this kind of long-lasting, herbal, fresh, slightly woody, slightly amber. I mean, it's not bad. This one also has tonka bean in it, I think, giving it a little bit of that vanillic, slightly darker feel. So this one is fresh, sweet, fruity, bergamot, probably, apple, probably, and then that ambroxan and tonka. Next we have 1 Million Lucky. I've heard a lot about this. This one, also very fresh in the opening. This one's a little different than the others. This one doesn't have that shower gel ambroxan thing going on. It is fresh, but it's also sweet. It definitely has like vanilla or caramel. It's a little bit gourmandish. Oh, I know what else. This has hazelnut in it, so it kind of has a little bit of like a, kind of smells almost like a ice cream parlor with the different, like the nutty cones, and the vanillic smell in the air. So it's very sweet, but it has a freshness that keeps it from being like too like sugary, saccharine sweet. I actually like this one. It's a little bit fruity as well. I can't tell what the fruit is, like maybe like berries. Maybe like berry or pear or some, I don't know, it's kind of fruity, so it's fresh, fruity, sweet, nutty from like the hazelnut, and then like vanillic. This is really interesting. I think this is very unique compared to all the other ones that I smelled at the designer counter, all the newest stuff. You know, I'm honestly like super prejudiced against 1 million, the 1 million line, because I just have in my mind like what kind of guy wears 1 million, and I was prejudiced towards Privé, didn't give it a fair chance, but it's actually really good. And then this, I haven't wanted to give a chance because it's 1 million, but it's pretty good. I mean, you know, for a designer release, this is unique. It smells interesting. It's not too sweet. I think this would be good for like early fall, before it gets too cold, but when there's a little bit of a chill in the air. I think if this was in too high of heat, it might be a little bit too sweet. But there's something transparent and bright about this. Like it feels like there's light in it, and paired with that sweetness and the gourmandish kind of darker elements like vanilla and tonka and hazelnut. It's really interesting. It's kind of a nice mix of fresh and sweet. So I actually like this one. Last we have Coach Platinum. This one's gotten a lot of talk. I've even heard people say this is the best designer release of 2018 so far. Okay, this one also is fresh and sweet. This one's fruity. So we're definitely seeing a theme here. This is fresh, fruity, sweet. This one's also herbal, like the YSL Y. This might have sage in it as well. Oh, this probably has cashmere as well. That synthetic compound that is used in a lot of designer fragrances. And again, I think it's mixed with ambroxan in this one. I think a lot of times cashmere goes with ambroxan, it goes with sage, it goes with floral notes like geranium, and kind of boosts them up, gives them a little bit of a base to stand on. There's something minty, almost metallic in this. That could be geranium. Geranium can do that. I bet this has geranium and sage, and that they mix that with cashmere and ambroxan, and that's what's giving it this really fresh, metallic, herbal thing. I think there's probably some fruit in it. There's some sweetness like vanilla. So this one has a slight gourmandish vibe too, not as much as the Lucky did. I feel like Lucky was borderline gourmand. This isn't really a gourmand, it just has a little bit of a gourmandish vibe with the vanilla that's in this. It gives us this sweetness, and it's fruity too. There's like a sweet fruit in this. I may also detect kind of a suede-like leather. That could also be coming from the cashmere. Cashmere is a really weird synthetic compound that it's really hard to explain. It kind of is a little bit of a shapeshifter, and depending what you put with it, it can have a lot of different vibes. It's a really interesting perfume ingredient. But there's like a suedey leather to this. This is more interesting than I kind of wanted to give it credit for. The original Coach for Men, the predecessor to this, was just such a top-heavy, generic, like uninteresting fragrance to me. The opening was really nice. It had this fresh pear, but then after the like 15-20 minutes of the opening, it just fell so flat to just the most uninteresting thing. I guess we'll have to see. These could also be fairly top-heavy. They probably are somewhat top-heavy in that they're meant to be sprayed on paper and get those top notes and be really impressive in the opening. You smell it in the store on paper and you like it, and go ahead and buy it, not realizing that 30 minutes later it's really going to turn into a fairly uninteresting mainstream kind of run-of-the-mill smell. And in that way, these all are kind of the same. They all kind of just dry down to that Ambroxan fresh shower gel thing. That's 4 designer releases. I think my favorite of the 4 is probably the 1 Million Lucky, followed by Coach Platinum. 3rd place, I'll give it to the Prada, and the 4th place was the YSL Y Eau de Parfum. So, just trying some of these out. None of these really stick out to me as being like I want to go out and buy a bottle right now. Maybe when they go to discounters. I know the Coach will probably be heavily discounted after a little bit of time, and I'm not sure about 1 Million, how much they get discounted. I could see buying the 1 Million Lucky further on down the road. I could see that. Maybe I could even see the Coach too if it was like $35 or something. But at full retail, none of these are a go for me personally. But let me know in the comments if you like any of these, if you have pulled the trigger on buying any of these new designer releases, and maybe what your favorite release of 2018 is so far. My favorite for 2018 from the designer side is no contest, Ombre Leather from Tom Ford. Almost feels like cheating a little bit because it was a private line release in 2016 and then they re-released it in the designer line, but it's still a designer release. Tom Ford Ombre Leather, by far the best designer release of 2018 so far. But these are okay, That's it for me here. Still enjoying a little bit more of my vacation. I've only got 2 days left, and today is super cloudy, but it looks like it might be starting to clear up, so I'm gonna go try and get a little bit more sun. If you'd like to do this again sometime, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We'll see you for the next video. Thanks so much for watching.